And now what do? You do the eyes, and then this is what causes wrinkles, isn't it? Like this is when you see crow's feet. So what do you want to do? The exact opposite of the way how the line was made. You always want to do 90 degrees to the way how the wrinkle was created. So here, when the wrinkles were like this, I want to massage like this apart. If the wrinkles was like this, I massage them like this. Make sense? So when it comes to crow's feet, what do? You massage inwards and upwards, in and up. Never out and down. You always want to in and up. I love to do one eye, do it for around 2-3 minutes, show her the difference in the mirror, and so she can see what an incredible improvement it is, and tell her that if you pay extra, I finish the other side. So that always works great for everyone. So then, you pick the cheeks up afterwards, and then what you do is you pick up the cheeks and you roll it. Pick it up and roll it. The easiest way to learn this is you put your hand in a heart shape like this, okay? Like just like that, and what do? You take one finger and pull up these two, and then you take this and then pull this up, and then you keep pulling it up higher. So a heart shape, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you keep pinching the skin. Look at the way I do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this same move going to work, and then you could separate the two hands, and I can do a lymph drainage at the same time as I'm doing the pet massage for her. So you can drain the lymph out down on her neck, so she gets no puffiness. Some people, it looks good with a puffy face. Some people don't. Like, like me, I have the really wide face. Like, when I get tired, I get really puffy. I don't look good. Like, like I look like Elvis in the late days, the really puffy Elvis, okay, on coke. Okay, so now, okay. Then you get the long, skinny face, like Celine Dion, whose face will go on and on and on and on, like her heart will go on. Okay? So the reason why Canadians moving out of the country. So the thing is that Celine Dion has the long, skinny, horsey face. Okay, so when you have that, that looks really good when they have a little volume in their face, isn't it? Like you guys know what I'm talking about? They look like tired and sunken in and too skinny. So if you do that, actually, like right before a wedding or something, I don't drain people. I do a lot of movement on the face, and then they look fuller. For around 3-4 days, they look much more fuller. It looks great before a photo shoot, for example. Make sense? So that's another thing as well. But if it's not the case, you want to definitely drain the lymph, so because that makes you look more thinner and longer and more sleek on your face. Okay? So that's super important. Upper lips is a very tough one. That's the hardest one, especially if somebody's gums are sensitive, okay? Because here you could put a ton of pressure on, this could actually hurt, okay? So what do? Is like what I love to do is I tighten down the skin with 2 fingers, and in between it I do like small little circles, and I press on very gently, and I watch her face. If she squinches her eyes, I know I'm hurting her. Make sense? Very important that you do that. You always pay attention to the client. Then, how do I get under her? You guys remember how I get so easily under her whole back? So what I do is I put always one of my hand into a fist, okay? So one hand goes into a fist, and then into her back, you go under her, and then this hand stays up and it doesn't move at all, okay? It's a drinking cup, you put like beer and stuff and everything. I don't know what you were thinking, but so what is this? So what do? Is I take lots of lotion, and typical mistake estheticians always do. You try to shove both your hands under her and come out at the same time, in and out. That's when you cannot do it. Even I cannot do it, and I'm pretty strong, because I lift a lot of people, all the time. And so if you're a tiny little girl, there is hell no way you're gonna be able to do that. Okay? No way. So what do? Is you lift and slip under, lift and slip under. You go inch by inch with both hands, one follow the other. Then you put one hand into a fist, and this will wedge her off the table. Now I have a ton of space here. She's actually not on the table, so I don't have to ever lift her again. So that's why it's very important that you do not put like foams and stuff on the table, because then she sinks into the table, and then it doesn't matter how much I try to lift her out, she's still on the top she's sunken into the table itself. Make sense? So now I'm only use one hand, my left hand works, and my right hand just stays stationary throughout the whole time. And you do an awesome massage just like this. Then I switch hands, and now what happens is that I will have my left hand working, then I go down all the way with my right hand, okay? So now what? Afterwards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, first of all, if you, the therapist, has large breasts, then first of all, congratulations. Second is that what you want to do is that you want to turn her head away from you, so this way you don't have to put your bumpers on her face. Okay, so what you do now, you could actually get even further down on her back, especially if you are short and then you have a really tall client on the table itself, so you could do an awesome massage for her, and now you actually have your arms closer together. The closer your arms are, the heavier people you could lift up. It's like when you go to the gym, what happens if you try to lift weights? You lift, the further you hold your hand, the harder it is to lift the weight. The closer it is, the heavier weight you could lift, and that works absolutely amazing for everyone. And that's how you could finish and make a client want to come back to you forever. I'm really, really proud of it as an esthetician. I used to have around 3 to 4 months waiting list. So by September I had no appointments for Christmas. Why? Because every time the clients came to me, I always give them amazing results, so you can see it. 2, feels amazing. Once you do this, you will ruin your client for life. She will never go to anybody else. If she goes somewhere else, she's gonna be like, wow, that sucked. So everything else compared to your facial will be obsolete to the client. Make sense? This is the way you could retain and get more and more customers at all times. I also used to do lap dancing, but that was just a part-time thing, so that's just an add-on. It's not beside the point. Okay? Sometimes I do it for free for charities and for Sundays. But that really works fabulous. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys learn?
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are so nice. Seriously, you guys are a great group, especially for a Monday in Vegas. It's not easy, I know. You guys are from all my classes, you definitely have been the most recent. For sure. Tamila.
What did you use besides the facial recovery oil?
I use a facial recovery oil and a Monoi face